92.9 FM, ESPN.
Screw Calkins. Screw Calkins. Screw Calkins. Screw Calkins.
Welcome back, J&J, 92.9 FM, ESPN, and as he normally does, Bennett Doyle is with us. He's not in studio. He's on the phone. That's all right. We love Bennett anyway. We can get him. Thank you for reporting live from Ground Zero. What's the scene down there, Bennett?
Yeah, it's a lot of cars. I'm sitting in the FedEx Forum parking garage. I believe this is the Toyota parking garage. I think no, this is the Gossett Motors garage. So yeah, I'm in the garage right now. Gonna head over into the arena and get an assessment of what to think tonight after I get done with you guys.
That's amazing reception to be down in the garage. We're hearing
Does
you
it
very
sound good? I was a little worried.
You sound fantastic.
Good.
This feels like Cedric Coward night, Bennett. Are you buying it? If no Jaren Jackson goes, where C's listed as doubtful.
Is it Cedric Howard night or Zach Edey night? We got to
be both.
One. Yeah, I think it can be both. I mean, I want to go. If Sabonis plays, I tend to want to go. It's Edey night because we got like the matchup of the bigs, and Edey's the guy that's like in the promotions for all the City Edition. They're wearing the City Edition jerseys tonight, and so Edey's in the promotions, and so I feel like it's Edey night a little bit more.
I worry more about that minutes restriction on him because of what he's coming back from. Right, there is. We know there's one on both of them, but I'm just curious. That's what I worry about for making it Edey night and going 30 and 15 as if he's going to get enough minutes to do so. But I'm hopeful either one of those nights would be good on a night you're expecting, I guess, not to have your 1 and 2 options in Ja and Jaren. How important, Bennett, they're still favored even with those two expected to be out. How important is a win tonight for these Grizzlies, just in terms of morale and everything else, the feeling down there?
It's huge. I mean, they've lost the Kings have lost 7 straight. You've lost 5 straight. If you can't get this game tonight at home, even without Jaren, even without Ja, even without all the other guys, it just feels like I just don't know where you're finding a win. You know what I mean? Yeah. This has got to be the night. This is one of the easiest matchups you're probably going to get all season at home. So now I say that to say. They do got guys that have gotten us over the years. I mean, Zach LaVine, I think, has scored 20-plus points against the Grizzlies every single game he's played against them in his career. So that's the guy that makes me nervous a little bit tonight. But they're not a good team. So it does feel like you really got to get this one tonight.
Yeah, and it feels like an inflection point for me. But the problem is that like without the minutes restriction and clarity. Like the Kings, they're desperate, and they got real NBA players over there. Like they got DeMar DeRozan, they got the great Precious Achiuwa. I mean, how do you think you're going to just beat Precious Achiuwa on a Thursday night in Memphis?
Well, it's a fair question, John. I will say like I guess they're desperate. They all know that the thing's getting blown up. But didn't the report come out like a couple weeks ago that thing's going to like get blown up this season at some point? So everybody knows, all the big time guys on that team know they're probably going to be playing somewhere else at some point this season. So yep. I don't know how desperate they really are, but I mean, 7 in a row is 7 in a row. So, yeah, they're going to be looking for a win. You're right.
Well, that Russ is just out there playing for some numbers and some triple-doubles. He doesn't care. Malik Monk shot jacking. No, Bennett, it's what you said. This is a team going nowhere. I mean, it's professional players, but they're all out for themselves. Making this, back to your point, I'd double stamp it even more of a must-win. I know you got Dallas coming up too, but it seems like you said, these opportunities are few and far between, especially in the West. I don't know, man. Do you think – Cedric Howard the other night, I know it was in a loss, but that 19 and 11 in a time the Grizzlies were looking for a closer, it feels like this is a repeat with you every week, but he continues to show us things. The snatching of the rebound on one end, going back down, hitting the three, had Reggie Miller going crazy. I don't know, man. I told John, tonight, if you're looking at it from a narrative standpoint, maybe organizationally you can see sort of a glimpse at maybe something that never, comes to fruition, but but Cedric Coward as the guy. You know what I'm saying? And maybe building around him if there's ever an opportunity to see what he looks like as the one option. Seems like tonight would be the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a good point. Like I was saying on my show earlier, like I want to temper my expectations a little bit because we've gotten excited about guys before that we thought might become superstars in this league, and they weren't that. But there's obviously something there. Like he looks like he's got a chance to be a great player in this league. And I think that game against the Spurs, the cool thing about that was when he went on that little mini 8-0 run, we had seen him play well before, but we never saw him take over a game like he did for that small stretch right there. And so I want to see if he can do something like that again. Because like you said, he's going to get, depending on how many minutes he plays, he's going to get that opportunity again tonight because he's probably going to be one of the focal points of the offense.
I'm with you, man. I'm trying not to get overly excited about these guys too, but then Draymond, and I know, he's doing a podcast or whatever.
He was Kawhi, man.
I know he's adding gas. He's getting me excited about it. And you're talking about this guy could be, Kawhi potentially.
Yeah, but you just see how much reverence Jason has for Draymond.
No, it's just that comparison from a vet like that. He doesn't have to blow smoke at the Grizzlies, who he feels like are beneath them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, there are other rookies he could be talking about in terms of in this league. I don't know. Part of Draymond, most of the stuff coming out of his mouth we can't stand. But I'm trying to buy into that one that he sees something that's real. Bennett, right. You said it. We see it, but when these vets are seeing it, that matters to me more. I think maybe even a little bit more reason we can open up our hearts and look at this guy and say, well, maybe the ceiling is higher. There are people like John that were just down on him, weren't you, John? The preseason. Bennett remembers.
Yes,
every week. I can't see it. I can't see it. We can see it now.
I was down for a week and a half. All right, and I still stand by my stance, which is no one should ever be compared to Michael Jordan.
Now Kawhi, though,
I'm fine with Kawhi. 6-time All-Star.
You're right about don't compare to Mike.
That's fine. And the body type and all that. I yes, absolutely. But I'll wear it. If I need to be held up as the face of doubt, then that's fine. I'll wear that proudly because for 2 weeks I was doubting, but I doubt no more. I think he looks like a big piece and a closing piece, and I'm excited about his trajectory on the whole. I just heard, Bennett, I know you. Can you bet on college sports, or are people worried about you fixing the games?
No, I'm good there.
Okay. I have just been told that a remarkably sharp betting group has bet Memphis plus 15.
Stop.
I have been told that. Plus 15 now, not money line.
Okay.
Everybody calm down. But a remarkably sharp betting group.
I told you take the under and over under.
One of the groups that I would say I fear, right, has bet Memphis plus 15.
Okay. So my initial thought when that line came out was it's a neutral site. And so they're just taking into account it's a neutral site. But what they weren't taking into account is apparently it's a ton of Purdue fans down there.
We got Jarvis down there. We got Jarvis. So everybody calm down.
Okay, good. We got Jarvo down there. Perfect. At least we got somebody down there.
He'll bring the pain.
Even still, man, when that line came out, I'm sure y'all talked about it. Like I was kind of surprised. I thought it would be a lot bigger. So,
well, hell, how long? What do you think Memphis is a damn Jackson State, man? I mean, how big do you expect it to be?
Well, we got blasted at home by a bad UNLV team.
Yes, but
how low were we, Bennett?
That was painful. I mean, I can't even sugarcoat it. That was and we were texting during the game, and it was just like I couldn't believe what was happening, man. Like I not even. It's one thing to you got a new team and a new group of guys, and you're trying to figure out how to all gel together. I get that, but to get blasted at home by a bad team like UNLV was, that was saying they were missing guys. That was surprising.
But let me tell you about Penny Hardaway for a minute.
Shocking.
Penny Hardaway is a man. All he's ever done is beat the odds. He got shot. The man got shot, and he recovered from that to have a long NBA career. This is a man who, despite not having played in the NBA for 20 years, basically, still has a best-selling shoe. This is a man who was hired as a high school coach to coach the University of Memphis basketball program and has won his conference and 2 conference tournaments in his time and beaten a number 1 team in America. So you want to come to this show and you want to say that you think that number should have been even bigger? No, sir. You are
Okay.
you are absolutely you're a denier. You are a heretic. You need to be ashamed of the narrative that you have brought to this program today.
Okay, well, first, no one's sitting here and questioning what Penny has accomplished so far as the head coach of the University of Memphis. He's done a good job as the head coach of the University of Memphis, so I'm not doing that. I will, I point out he has beaten the number one team in the country before. That is true. Now, that team was also in his conference, and he had some familiarity there. And, frankly, he had Kelvin Sampson's number for a while there, too, when they were playing against each other. So I think it's a little different between that and what you're going up against today. This Purdue team's been together a long time. I watched them the other night go on the road and beat Alabama. I don't know, man. I think this is a pretty tough task today.
It's tough, but you know what? When you have a coach in place who's as tough as they come, Bennett. So I would implore you that
I ain't as much worried about our coach as I am our team.
Well, I just want you to know, as you're putting down the floor for tonight, just peek over to the game. Peek over to the Memphis-Purdue game, and I think
I will be watching. I'm going to have it pulled up on my phone. I'm going to have all my equipment set up. I'm going to be ready to go, and I'm going to be able to dive in and check it out.
Bennett, how are we feeling about Ryan?
Don't do that.
Never mind.
You should
Never mind. I'm going to continue to work on my signature list and raising donations for the buyout. I will not ask you.
Just don't do it over the phone, man.
Yeah, on air if you will contribute. I won't.
I saw that they were 4.5-point favorites against Navy on Thanksgiving. That was kind of interesting because Navy's pretty good.
Well,
I haven't seen that line. You're telling me news. Wow,
yeah.
4.5. That is interesting.
Jason,
Navy needs to win to get in, Bennett. You're going to get their best effort.
Jason just you didn't see this, but he just mouthed to me HELOC bet on Navy is what he just did.
John lying as usual. As you know, we do have a Navy poster though in here, Bennett, and you've seen it. And I've rubbed it quite a bit. Ron brought it back from. I believe from San Diego.
Actually, Jason said he's actually going to enlist this weekend so that he gets a chance to suit up against Silverfield.
Do you know it would be 3 losses in a row to finish the year? Does that move the needle for anyone? Bennett, we're not asking you publicly.
That would be incredibly disappointing, Jason.
Right.
And I do not think I could defend it.
But he's not pushing the button, is what he's telling you.
No, I'm not pushing any buttons. I'm not ready to go there yet. It's undeniably that it's been a disappointing end of the season.
Well, it's like Mike told Jason this week when he called in. He said, "You ain't spent a dime. You ain't spent a dime, Jason."
Why would I on a coach I don't believe in?
Wait, you did though, didn't you? Take everybody to the game.
Yes, I did.
You did spend a dime
because he had earned it. They beat South Florida, took care of Rice, and I said, you know what? Instead of using a media pass to go to this thing and watch, I'm going to go contribute because those young men have earned it.
That's right.
And that was held against me, Bennett.
It was held against you.
The fact that I paid for one game in 2 years. Can you believe it?
Yep. Mike clocked Jason. He knew exactly how many games he'd been to.
Well,
you ain't spent a dime. You got to spend a dime.
Right. Spend my money.
We got to support our program.
That part is true.
We're working on it every day. Bennett, do your best to enjoy the night, man. I'll see you soon.
Thank you for this, Bennett.
Appreciate it, guys. I'll talk to y'all next week.
Yes, sir. He is Bennett Doyle. Of course, Grind City Media, Grizz Radio Network. Getting ready for King's Grizz tonight, which you can catch right here on 92.9 FM ESPN. Pre-game at 6:30. Tip-off 7 o'clock. You can hear look, team going to be up and down. There's no doubt about that. That's the kind of season that we're in. But one thing I know is that radio production that we've got here on 92.9, it is going to be absolutely superb, as it always is, from start to finish. And it's really at its best. If we're really going to break it down, it's really at its best in the middle. That's at its best in the middle. When you are regaled with stories, anecdotes, fake quotes. You just never quite know what you're going to get from Eric on a broadcast.
Jaron in the corner dribbles off his leg. You just can't win games dribbling off your leg.
Well, the good news for Eric is that he doesn't have to worry about Jaron dribbling ball off his leg.
He ain't going to play.
He's not going to play.
No. So it's just going to be Cedric Howard greatness, I'm telling you. We don't have anywhere else to go.
That's right. Love it. All right, we'll come back, wrap this up on a Thursday. J&J 92.9 FM.